The slap echoes through Maple Creek Diner like a gunshot. Forks freeze midair. Conversations die. And Kyle Parker stands over Isabella Marino with that smile. The kind that says he has done this before and gotten away with it every single time. "Your accent sounds like a mob movie," he says, loud enough for the entire diner to hear. "What, Daddy forget to teach you English before he disappeared?" Isabella does not cry. She does not yell. She does not even flinch. She just reaches for a napkin, wipes the blood from her split lip, and looks up at him with eyes so calm it almost feels wrong. Her burger lies on the floor, ketchup spreading across cracked tiles like a bad omen, behind Kyle. His younger brother Trent and 3 Varsity Jackets laugh, recording on their phones. The other diners turn away, but Isabella does not look at them. She looks at Kyle, and then, so slowly that nobody notices, her left hand slides under the table and presses a button on her phone. "She just made a very expensive mistake," she says. Kyle leans down close. "What are you going to do? Call your daddy?" "Wait, you do not have one anymore." Isabella picks up her phone with her right hand, screen facing her. The red recording blinks in the corner. She stands, keeping her back to the wall, and walks past Kyle without another word. At the counter, she asks Mr. Daniels quietly, "Do you keep security footage?" He blinks. Yeah. 30 days on the hard drive? Why? Title IX requires it for reported assaults. You might want to make a backup." She counts the cameras overhead, for total and a blind spot right where she had been sitting. She already knew that. That is why she sat there. 3 blocks away, under a streetlight, her hands finally shake. She uploads the recording to a cloud server with triple encryption, then sends a copy to an email address most people would not recognize. The subject line reads, "Day 1 monitoring required." The reply comes in 47 seconds. "Acknowledged. Stay low. Do not engage unless necessary." The next morning, Kyle appears at step 51 of her walk to her locker. Nice bruise. Makeup cannot hide trash. Isabella keeps walking. Her hand slides into her jacket pocket. The recording app is already running, set to autosave every 30 seconds. At step 68. She stops and looks Kyle dead in the eye. "Do you know what Title IX is?" "Federal law requires schools to investigate harassment and assault. I filed a report this morning. You have 72 hours to respond before it escalates to the district office." "You are bluffing." "Am I?" "Check your email. You should have gotten a copy 20 minutes ago." Principal Morrison's office smells like old coffee and leather. "Miss Moreno, I got your email." This is a serious accusation. It is a factual report supported by video evidence, witness testimony, and medical documentation. Morrison shifts. "Kyle Parker is a good student. His father serves this community. It does not give him the right to assault someone. I will look into it, but sometimes these things are misunderstandings. Do you have a Title IX coordinator?" Isabella interrupts. "Silence. Federal law requires one. If you do not, the school is in violation. I can file a complaint with the Office for Civil Rights." Morrison's face goes pale. "That will not be necessary. 72 hours. Not end of week. The law is specific." That night her phone buzzes. A group chat notification. Italian trash talk with 12 members. She takes screenshots. Every single one. She notes the metadata, the timestamps, the usernames. Then she opens a forensic app that pulls location data from images. Within minutes, she has proof that Trent uploaded photos from the school parking lot. Kyle commented from an IP address registered to the police station. She sends everything to the cloud. The reply is faster this time. Documented. Continue gathering. Do not retaliate. She wants to retaliate. But her father's voice is in her head. Anger makes you stupid. Patience makes you dangerous. Day 3. Isabella opens her locker, and the smell hits her first. Ripped pages, torn photographs, her chemistry textbook shredded. In the center, a photo of her family. Her father's face scribbled out with black marker. Someone has written in red ink, "Maybe he left because you are not worth protecting." She photographs everything. Wide shots, close-ups, the handwriting that slants right and loops the letter G in a very specific way. She has seen that handwriting before on Trent's history test. Elijah Hayes watches from 3 lockers down. Later, he slips a folded note into her locker. I saw. I am sorry I cannot speak up. Day 4. Parking lot. 3:50 p.m. Kyle appears with Trent. No crowd this time. Just the 3 of them, and empty asphalt. My dad is the chief. You report anything, he will make sure you are the one who gets expelled. Isabella pretends to adjust her headphones. They are recording. Does your father know you are threatening a federal witness? Kyle laughs. What witness? You are nobody. You are right. Nobody is coming? I do not need them to. Trent moves behind her. She shifts her weight 45, back foot planted. If they touch her now, they will be on the ground before they understand what happened. Next time, you will not be so lucky, Kyle says. She waits until they are gone, then checks her phone. The recording is perfect. My dad is the chief. He will make sure you are the one who gets expelled. Direct threat, abuse of power, witness intimidation. The reply comes in 90 seconds. Monitoring escalated. Agent assigned, day 5, cafeteria. Kyle grabs her tray and flips it. Soup hits her shirt, the floor. The cafeteria goes silent. 200 students watching. Isabella stands. Trent shoves her from behind. She sidesteps just 6 inches. Trent stumbles forward, nearly crashes into the table. The crowd gasps. You think you were smart? Kyle yells. I think you just assaulted me in front of 200 witnesses, and every single one of them has a phone. That afternoon, Officer Santos calls her to the office. Kyle says you have been provoking him. Says you are trying to get him in trouble because he rejected you. That is a lie. Do you have evidence of that? Santos shifts. Well, no, but I have 43 pieces of documented evidence of harassment, assault, and witness intimidation. Audio, video, photographs, medical records, metadata. Would you like to see them? Silence. Or I can file a complaint under Section 1983 for deprivation of rights under color of law. Santos's face goes white. Am I being detained? Or am I free to go? Day 6, chemistry test. Isabella studies for 2 weeks, turns in her exam, leaves confident. When grades post, she has an F. The file she uploaded was blank. She goes to Miss Reeves with proof, the original file, time-stamped. With metadata showing when the school portal file was modified, she files a formal appeal with the school board. CCing the superintendent referencing Section 1983, she sends copies to 7 people. That night, Kyle and Trent are in the parking lot when she leaves. It is dark. No other cars. You are making this so much worse for yourself, Kyle says. Trent steps closer, holding something. Her necklace. The one her father gave her before he disappeared. Trent must have stolen it from her locker. Let's see if Daddy's watching, Trent says. He yanks the chain, snapping it. The photo falls, hits the pavement. For 2 seconds, Isabella is not in the parking lot. She is 12 years old, under a kitchen table. Her father's hand over her mouth, whispering, "Do not make a sound." Her phone slips from her hand. The screen cracks. A notification blinks. Cloud backup connection lost. Kyle grins. Oops. Guess your little recording just died. Isabella kneels, picks up the photo. Her hands shake. Say sorry, Kyle says. On your knees, or we will tell everyone you attacked us first. Isabella stays on her knees. Then she looks up at him. Her eyes are calm, cold. I said I already apologized to the FBI. Kyle laughs, but it sounds forced. Your phone is dead, princess. I did not say I used my phone. She touches the top button of her jacket. It is a camera. FBI issued. The kind they give to witnesses in protection programs. Live streaming every word to a federal server in Virginia. Kyle's hand is still in her hair. He freezes. Every word. Every threat. All of it. Recorded, uploaded, stored on a government server. Check your email. Your father should have received a federal subpoena about 40 minutes ago. Kyle's face goes white. Then he lunges. His hand goes for her throat. She sidesteps 6 inches. His momentum carries him forward. She catches his wrist, finds the pressure point, twists 90. Kyle's knees hit the pavement. She releases immediately, steps back. Minimal force. Trent runs at her from the side. She pivots, using his momentum. Trent goes flying past her and hits the pavement. She does not hit them. Just lets physics do the work. 50 feet away, Elijah Hayes is recording everything. Isabella pulls a card from her jacket. Federal Witness Protection. If you want to help, she says to Elijah, send that video to the email on this card. She looks at Kyle. You said nobody was coming to save me? You were right. I did not need saving. I needed you to be exactly who you are. 3 minutes later, 2 unmarked sedans pull into the parking lot. Agent Rebecca Torres steps out, badge visible. Isabella Marino. You are safe now. She turns to Kyle and Trent. Kyle Parker, Trent Parker. You are under investigation for witness intimidation. You have the right to remain silent. Cannot arrest us. We are minors, and she attacked us first. Torres glances at Isabella, who holds up her phone showing body cam footage. Kyle lunging first, Isabella defending. That is not what the evidence shows. And assaulting a protected witness is a federal crime regardless of who started it. Within 5 minutes, state police arrive. Kyle and Trent are placed in separate vehicles. Torres turns to Isabella. You did good, but next time, call us before it gets physical. I did call you. Day 1, this was always the plan. Torres almost smiles. Get in the car. We need your statement. 2 days later, Isabella sits in an FBI conference room. Agent Torres leans forward. You could have fought back sooner. Day 1. Day 2. Why wait? When I was 12, my father's enemies came for us. He hid me under the kitchen table and told me, silence is survival. Torres nods. If I had fought back on day 1, Kyle's father would have buried it. I would be the violent foreign girl expelled by sunset. Nobody would have believed me, so you let them escalate. I needed them to. Every slap, every threat, every message it was rope. I just held the end and waited for them to hang themselves. The necklace, when Trent broke it, that almost made you lose control. Isabella looks down. It did, for about 5 seconds. But then I remembered why I was doing this. Not for revenge. For a system that could not look away. Your father taught you to survive in the shadows. You taught yourself something else. I taught myself that silence is only powerful if you choose it. My father lived in hiding to protect me. I lived in silence to expose them. There is a difference. The consequences come in waves. Day 7, Kyle and Trent are formally arrested. Chief Parker is suspended without pay. Week 2, Trent breaks. He admits to hacking the school portal, vandalizing Isabella's locker, filming without consent. His lawyer negotiates a deal. Cooperation for reduced charges. 100 hours community service. 2 years probation. Kyle refuses to cooperate. His trial is set for 4 months out. Week 3, the school board meets. Isabella's chemistry grade is corrected. Miss Reeves is placed on leave. Principal Morrison issues a public apology. The school creates a Title IX office, implements mandatory training. 6 other students come forward with complaints that had been ignored. Month 2, the town holds a meeting. 300 people argue about police accountability. The town council votes to create a civilian oversight board. Santos supports it. Month 3, the FBI investigation into Chief Parker expands. Forensic accountants find shell companies, money flowing from local businesses into offshore accounts. Racketeering, money laundering, abuse of power. Month 6. Isabella receives a letter from MIT. Full scholarship, computer science and law, dual degree. She cries for the first time in 6 months from relief. From the realization that she survived and won, she uses settlement money to start the Marino Justice Fund, providing legal support to students who experience harassment. Elijah Hayes is the first recipient. 6 months after the slap, Isabella stands in a courtroom gallery. The judge reads the verdict without emotion. Kyle Parker, on the charge of assault in the second degree, we find you guilty. On the charge of witness intimidation, we find you guilty. Sentencing: 3 years in juvenile detention, followed by 5 years probation. 3 weeks later, Chief Parker stands in federal court. Guilty on all counts? 8 years in federal prison, forfeiture of pension, permanent ban from law enforcement. When they lead him away, he looks at Isabella. His expression is confusion, like he still cannot understand how a 17-year-old girl destroyed everything he built. The day before, Isabella leaves for MIT. She returns for the ribbon-cutting ceremony of the Maple Creek Youth Advocacy Center. Funded by the Marino Justice Fund, it has computers, legal resources, and a hotline to trained advocates. 3 days into her first semester, Isabella finds a plain envelope with no return address. Inside is a business card with a handwritten note. Your father would be proud, but you did this yourself. The world needs more people who refuse to kneel. She keeps the card next to the photo of her father. That night, she thinks about Agent Torres's question, why wait? The answer is simple. One girl fighting back is a story, but one girl forcing an entire system to see itself, to change itself, to be better, that is a legacy. Her father taught her that silence is survival. But Isabella taught herself something better. Silence is not weakness. It is strategy. And the most dangerous thing in the world is someone who waits, who watches, who gathers every piece of evidence and then strikes when the whole world is watching. Kyle learned that lesson in a courtroom. Chief Parker learned it in a federal prison cell. Tomorrow, Isabella has constitutional law at 9 a.m. next week. Okay, meeting about ACLU internships. Next month, speaking engagement at a high school. But tonight she sleeps without nightmares for the first time in 6 years. Because the girl who survived in silence has finally learned to speak. And when she does, the whole world listens.